it's the vibe, and no, that's it, it's the vibe.
Welcome, space cadets, alien diplomats, and sentient machines. Today we are diving helmet first into vintage sci-fi that smells like ozone and Cold War panic. These are the books your granddad read while chain smoking under a lava lamp. So let's get weird in orbit. So today is It's the Vibe, where I pick books based on the pictures. I use the subreddit BooksThatFeelLikeThis to get recommendations from Reddit users based on the pictures I supply to them. So I would have put up the photos that I submitted to Reddit to get recommendations, and no surprise, the majority of the recommendations were for what you would probably call classic sci-fi, which, to be honest, I haven't read a lot of. I tend to mostly read modern sci-fi. Before I talk about the books that I read, I would recommend the book Doors of Sleep by Tim Pratt. This is a dimension-hopping adventure about Zax, a man who wakes up in a different universe every time he falls asleep. Chased by a hungry ex-friend who wants to use his ability for control, Zax must stay alive and awake long enough to protect others and find stability across chaotic worlds. Sci-fi meets survival with heart, wit, and wild multiverse energy. So the first book that I picked up, sorry, Sylvie is being so distracting right now. There she goes. The first book I picked up was Rendezvous with Rama by Arthur C. Clarke. So one day, astronomers spot a massive object barreling through the solar system, and surprise, it's not an asteroid. It is a giant alien tin can. Rama is a 50-kilometer long, cosmic, drafty Pringles can. Spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. Spinning its way through space. And scientists immediately do what humans do when they find something weird. They plunder it like the tombs of Tutankhamun. A crew is sent to investigate, and what they find inside is less little green men and more giant empty city with malfunctioning robot spiders, frozen seas, artificial suns, and architecture that screams alien minimalist. The place is eerily quiet. It's not empty, it's just mysteriously unoccupied. The team tiptoes around like cautious tourists in an ancient alien shopping mall, hoping to learn something before Rama zips off like it's ghosting the solar system. The themes in this were the unknowability of alien intelligence, exploration without resolution, scientific awe and cosmic indifference, and humanity as cosmic toddlers. I believe that this is supposedly one of the original big dumb object sci-fis, which is a term I previously did not know. Oh, and in regards to the aliens who made Rama, I don't know, bro. I thought this book was okay. It's a lot about mysterious biots, strange lights, and absolutely no answers. There are no answers in this. Clarke gives us hard sci-fi with the emotional warmth of a lab report. The writing is basic and the characters are not memorable. Also, in this book, women are discouraged from being on board spaceships, as supposedly weightlessness does things to women's boobies that is very distracting for men. And serious space accidents have been caused by bobbing bazongas, or jiggling jugs, if you will. I personally just don't have an interest in modes of transportation unless they can somehow also bang you, like in the book Thrum. So a book that is mostly centered on just exploring alien tech without anything else really happening wasn't enough for me. There's also ethically questionable uses of ape labor in this. And Jesus is possibly also a space alien. So maybe in fact Rama is actually some kind of cosmic ark, but we aren't a species worth saving. But yeah, there were no aliens in this, guys. Just vibes. But I'm assuming because this is the first in a series that you would get some answers later on, but in this particular first installment, it was kind of dull. There was nothing happened, really. Just, stumbling across this spaceship and the tech in it and having a quick little gig before getting booted from it and it, zipping off onto another adventure, sans humans. So yeah, I'm not interested in continuing the series. Do I think it suits the images? Yes. In particular, I would say the one that suited the most is the picture of Saturn, sort of hovering in the background of a subway platform, because this image exudes the clinical wonder of Clarke's vision. It's an ordinary setting meets cosmic scale. The train is Rama, silent and enigmatic, and humanity stands on the platform, waiting for answers that won't come. Next up, mysteries we aren't going to be able to solve because we're dumb space apes, I guess. So yeah, it did suit the vibes, but the book wasn't for me. And then the next book I picked up for this reading blog was the Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury, and I thought this one was good. So, colonize first, ask questions never. Humans, surprise, surprise, have thoroughly fucked up Earth and decide Mars looks like a great second home. Red, dusty, mysterious, and hasn't yet been destroyed by humanity. So they pack their rockets, their mid-century optimism, and absolutely zero regard for the locals, and head off to colonize the red planet. What they find is weird. So this is actually a collection of 26 interconnected vignettes on futuristic versions of Earth and Mars.
She's like a Martian.
I'm not going to go into every single one of them. I'm just going to give you a very brief summary of my favorite stories in the collection. So we have February 1999. I believe that newer printings of this book have changed the dates, obviously, because in 1999, we did not colonize Mars. So I think they've now set it like at 2076 or something like that. But this is, I read the original, so it was February 1999. And this is called Illa. And in this book, a Martian woman dreams of Earthmen, and her jealous husband makes sure they never meet. And then we have April 2000, the third expedition. Mars is heaven. Astronauts find their dead loved ones on Mars. But it's a trap. Martians win this round.
Byron, there's Martians everywhere.
And then there's June 2001, and the moon be still as bright. Earthmen have a talent for ruining big, beautiful things, and one man decides to stop them. Then we have December 2005, The Silent Towns. One man thinks he's the last man on Mars, until he meets a woman he would rather not repopulate with.
She ain't got no alibi, she ugly.
Then we have April 2026, The Long Years. A man builds robotic copies of his dead family, and then one day he finally gets visitors. Too late. So Bradbury's loosely connected vignettes about humans colonizing Mars are beautiful, weird, and vaguely upsetting, just like space itself. By the end, who are the Martians? Us. It's us, but hopefully better this time. The themes in this were colonialism, displacement, nostalgia, decay, the American dream, human folly, arrogance, xenophobia, and exploration of the final frontier. I just really thought it was funny to see this set in the future of 1999. Yeah, I think everybody who watched future movies of the 80s too, like say Back to the Future, were hoping hoverboards, would they call hoverboards, would be a thing by now. I think we always assume we'll have accomplished a lot more than we actually do end up accomplishing by that point in time. I was surprised to see that the book itself really doesn't focus on the different technology or geography or scientific accuracy of what, life in Mars would be like, but rather instead on human behavior and our crappiness as a species, regardless of what planet we are inhabiting. Because even if we escape Earth, we're still taking our baggage with us. The writing style was interesting. It was a bit fragmented and a bit surreal and a bit old-timey. Hold on, my dad's calling. Sorry about that. My dad's dropping back my car because it's been fixed. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the writing style. It was, a bit old-timey as well. It's a classic. It's a classic book. I did like some of the vignettes a lot more than others. So there were some great ones in there, but overall it did feel a bit dated to me. And I just don't think I'm a huge fan of classic sci-fi. However, there were definitely some stories in this that I do think have staying power and will remain in my memory. And for a short story collection, I thought it was great. And generally, short story collections average to a 3 stars, which is just okay. So the fact that this averaged higher, it was a good collection of short stories. I do think this suits the vibe of the images, in particular the one where a woman is facing a cosmic portal in a pastoral meadow, because this is a very nostalgic earth scene giving way to the cosmic unknown. It's a perfect visual metaphor for Bradbury's bittersweet poetic stories of humans colonizing Mars while longing for the world they left behind. Basically, when you go looking for Mars, you still carry all of your ghosts with you. So thank you for joining me on this cosmic ride.
Go, spaceman. Go, spaceman.
If you start longing for red sand and lonely Martian winds, thank Ray Bradbury. And if a giant alien tube ship ghosts you, well, Clark warned us. Until next time, keep reading weird, keep dreaming wide, and if you see a cosmic portal in the middle of a meadow, walk through it, and I'll meet you on the other side. Today's perfume is Molecule 01 by Eccentric Molecules. This is less a traditional perfume and more of an olfactory phenomenon. It's a study in skin chemistry, subtlety, and minimalism. There are no notes listed because there is only a one note and it's ISO E Super. So you may smell nothing or everything. The initial impression of this is a very ghostly, whisper soft, airy wood, velvety musk scent. It just sort of, for me, becomes sweet and almost amber-like. On some people, it smells like clean skin kissed by the whisper of cedar. On others, people will literally stop them on the street because they just smell good, whilst other people literally will smell nothing, and some people can't even smell it on themselves. It's a very mysterious fragrance. It is absolutely unique to each person's skin chemistry, and what it smells like and develops into will vary on every individual person. I thought it was nice, but it was a bit too simple for me, and on me it did lean more woody than sweet or ambery or, I don't know, memorable. No one noticed it on me when I was wearing it, so it did not project on me, which was a bummer, because I've heard, yeah, for some people this is a showstopper and everyone just thinks they smell wonderful. But yeah, on me it was just kind of lost and was a bit basic. But the book that I would pair this fragrance with is Outline by Rachel Cusk. So this novel follows a writer in Athens as she listens more than she speaks, absorbing the lives of strangers like a mirror. And just as Molecule 01 blends with your skin to become a unique personal signature, Outline becomes about you, how you interpret its absences, its quiet revelations, and its slow emotional accumulation. So those are the books that I read for this space-themed It's the Vibe reading vlog. Let me know down below what your favorite classic sci-fi is. For today's activity, there were two really cool options. I'm just going to tell you about them in case you are in Melbourne, you do want to do this yourself. So one of them is a visit to the planetarium. So you are able to see the night sky, but in the evenings, they show these wonderful documentaries. There was one at the moment that featured narration by, oh my God, what's his name? Famous Australian actor, Geoffrey Rush. That seemed really interesting. And then it was followed by spatial graphics, so graphics depicting things in space, set to the soundtrack of Pink Floyd's, oh my God, is it Other Side of the Moon? I'll correct myself post-editing, but it seemed like such a cool thing. Unfortunately, it is an hour away and they do start these double sort of movie events at 7:30 at night, so I won't be getting home until after midnight. I just can't do it, but that does sound like such a cool experience. So each month the documentary differs, as does the space graphics and the soundtrack. It just sounds really freaking cool. And then the other event that I wanted to get to, but was fully booked out all the way until September, was a night sky observation at the observatory in the Royal Botanic Gardens, which is much closer to me. And yeah, that was a 2-hour event, but fully booked. So there's a lot of space geeks in Melbourne, it seems, but those were two activities that would be fantastic. Maybe one day, like if I have a partner to drive me, I could do the planetarium, and if a spot becomes available, the observatory thing, because both of those activities are up my alley as well. But so instead, what I am going to leave you is Lightscapes. So this is an event that's also at the Royal Botanic Gardens, and they transform the gardens into this exhibit of light and sound. blending in with the natural surrounds. So hopefully that is still kind of like space adjacent-ish, you know, it's glowing lights in the night sky. So I'm going to leave you with that activity. And until next time, stay spacey, Star Child.
How difficult it is.
Represented by the great bird of this land, the wedge-tailed.
Ooh, strawberry.
It's a tomato.
Oh, tomato.
Gamamalamangil, Balabunyalambu, Wallanjeri Bala.
Oh my god. It's a
Welcome and greet.
Indy, from the Lorax, truffle trees.
Strawberry cheese.
Strawberry cheese? What is that?
And then she likes those sticks that. I'm gonna.
Oh, thank you, Victor.
Such an exercise.
It's just the vibe of the thing.